Hi, this is MarqueeEquity.com, the world's number one deal making console. In this section, we're going to talk about how to add propositions to Marquee and then go on to sending them to your teammates, your advisors, and even to investment firms. You begin adding a proposition by following this bright orange button towards the top right corner of your screen. You will choose one of four types of propositions. Let's say in this case, it's a growth capital transaction. You'll create a proposition. You'll then enter your client SPOC and client company details. You're mostly doing this to communicate with your own team about the transaction as well as with your customers for their documents and other information you might need. The SPOC and company details that you input here do not get communicated with investment firms prima facie when you're sending them transactions using Marquee. Those disclosures are made by you as and when you deem fit. So you'll add your SPOC details over here. You'll assign an email ID to the SPOC. You'll enter their mobile details if you'd like. This is the stage the transaction's at out of these five stages that you see on the CRM dashboard. You let the stage be at number one, and as you fill in more details, the stages will change automatically. You'll then create your transaction, and you'll be able to enter your deal console. There's a number of CRM and scheduling related action points here towards the right hand side, and we'll be addressing how to use them in a later video. For this one, we're going to be focusing on how to create a complete and mature and robust transaction profile that you're able to send to investment firms to view. So these are various sections of a transaction, and you'll be able to update all details on a tabular sort of basis over here like this. So we'll begin with filling in the company's details. You just hit update and the slider opens and you're able to edit stuff here. You'll define the sectors this company does most of its business in. So let's say it's a healthcare and pharma focused company doing most of its business, let's say in the United States of America. And if you wanted to, you could have assigned a phone number here as well. And you go ahead and save these details, and you'll see them update on your deal panel over here. You will then move on to updating financial details. Obviously, since this is a demo, I'm moving very quick through these forms. Typically, when you're creating a profile for a transaction, it'll take you much longer. So you might need to be logged in for hours at a stretch to sort of fill in complete, accurate, and well researched details. You will then go on to add some financial details, define the revenue, net income, maybe the other things if you'd like to, and you'll save these details. These will then again populate over here. You'll then move on to populating transaction details. Again, so this is how much you're looking to raise. If there's a range you have in mind, the way to do that is to just click add range, and you'll be able to insert a range. And if it's a singular number, you're able to do that as well. So let's say you're raising 45 million in equity for less than 50% of the company to finance growth. You'll save these details. They'll again populate over here. Now notice if you go back, it's still in early discussions because you haven't populated enough information. But the moment you add some documents to this transaction, it'll move to deal profile created as far as the stages are concerned. The document section is a module in itself. I will show you how to request documents and upload documents in a subsequent section in greater detail. But once you do sort of have documents accompanying this transaction, you'll have a complete transaction profile, and you'll be able to then view potential investors for your transaction. So based on the details you have provided for this transaction, we'll suggest investors. In this case, our algorithms have identified 89 investment firms for this transaction. And we'll so what you then go about doing is again spending substantial time on Marquee, just researching these firms, seeing who the most relevant investment partners to your clients might be, and you're able to come here on the firm's profile page. You're able to view a number of their details and news, all of which will help you form an opinion on whether they're the right potential fit for your company or your client's company. Um, you'll be able to reach various parts of the internet concerning these firms. You'll be able to reach their LinkedIn profiles. You'll be able to reach their websites should you need to. So that's essentially what Marquee does. It's a one console um, platform where right from your research to your news to your transaction management and communication can be managed. So you'll be able to research these firms over here, and once you've sort of identified what firms you want to reach out to and what people at those firms, so you might want further details on who the right people at a firm are, and you're able to do that by going to their profiles like this and seeing what teams or sectors or deal types they like to focus on. Once you've identified through your research who the right partners might be, you are then ready to start broadcasting your transaction to them. So now, if you had to get in touch with, say, Marlin Equity Partners, you'd select them and you'd decide who at the firm, one or more people that you're wanting to start communicating with. And you'll preview your transaction profile before you send it out to them. Whatever details you had populated on the inside will begin displaying here. This is what your transaction profile would look like. Since you don't have any documents, it's not letting you choose the documents you'd like to send to investment firms. And we'll be addressing all of that in much greater detail in a subsequent video. So from here, you're able to send this transaction out to investment firms, and we'll be doing a different video to show you how that process works. Just to give you a quick couple of other pointers, when you add a transaction to Marquee, you will receive emails from us giving you ideas and best practices to capitalize the maximum use of Marquee as you possibly can. So as much as you follow our suggestions over here, the better it is. So you're strongly recommended to sort of go through our best practices and see how best to use the platform. So this essentially is how you add a transaction to Marquee, and we'll be addressing further stages in subsequent videos. This has been marqueeequity.com, the world's most powerful deal making console. Thank you.